Hi everybody, hope your Friday is going well. Today I am sharing a birthday card that has some rainbow ombre stripes on it. And I think it turned out really fun. And the thing you need to start out with is a vertically stacked sentiment. Now I have this set by Avery L that has some awesome birthday greetings. And one that I thought in particular would work well is this one because all the words are stacked in it. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp it with Versamark and then heat emboss it with white embossing powder. Originally, I had tried permanent black ink and it didn't look right under the bright colors I was using. So I had to clean off the stamp thoroughly. Make sure you clean it thoroughly before you stick it into your Versamark pad. And then we'll go ahead and heat that really quick. And now I can start masking things off. So I'm using Eclipse masking tape. Comes on a nice big roll, but you could also use the Inkadinka masking sheets and cut those to size, or you could also use washi tape. I needed to protect all the other areas of my card because you'll see why in a minute, but I also had to use my grid mat to help me line things up because even though I stamped the image straight, it's still kind of hard to see. So I wanted to go ahead and use the grid lines there because, yeah, I tried it before and I was eyeballing it and my stripes were all wonky. So take it from me, if you have a grid mat, use it to your advantage. So I'm going to take the straight edge of these pieces, and you'll notice there I am sectioning it off. Got my big candy apple head in the way there. Sorry about that. But anyway, I had to see and make sure I was getting everything lined up perfectly straight. So now I'm going to take my ink blending tool and ink it up with some distress inks, and I'm using the cubes. I love these bright colors, but you can use any colors you like as long as the color combo is pleasing to you. And I'm just going to let the ink fade out as I sponge it across to the right. So I'm getting that ombre effect. And then I'm going to lift up the tape one section at a time and move it down to the next line in that greeting and section off the rest. And then lift up the top piece, and I'm going to line that up directly over what I just sponged on there. I don't want to have any gaps between the ink colors. Now you could if you wanted to, but I didn't want to have any gaps between them. So just get that all lined up, and then I'm going to use some of this pretty marmalade. It's a nice intense orange, and it goes really well with that pretty mustard seed yellow. So I'm going to go ahead, like I did before, I'm just going to intensify the ink to the left-hand side and then let it fade out as I continue sponging towards the right. And then I'm going to buff off any residual ink that's sitting on that embossing portion so that it doesn't, if I took the mask off and then tried to buff it off, there's a chance I could get some ink from the paper towel onto the rest of my card, and I really don't want that to happen because it's happened before. Ask me how I know. So I learned the hard way. Keep those masks in place, buff it off, then go ahead and remove those masking pieces and reposition them. So now I've got to the bottom there, and I'm going to go ahead and buff that one, and then I'm ready for the big reveal, and you're going to see the magic there. It looks so pretty when it's done. I love it. So now take those masking pieces off, and you can reuse those pieces if you like. And I'm going to go ahead and trim this down a little bit. It's going to get mounted onto a card base. So I have actually corner rounded here just the two opposing edges because I thought it would just kind of be interesting and fun. And then just for some added oomph to the card, I thought, oh, stars would be cute. And I love taking this Cosmic Stars die set by Memory Box. And I just use the little tiny stars and position them where I want. I love that they're individual stars so that I can put them anywhere I want on my card. And I used some washi tape just to hold them in place temporarily when I ran them through the Big Shot. And then I can go ahead. I was going to do a white card base, and then I decided, you know what? Let's pop it with some banana split. I love this color of yellow. It is so happy. And I went ahead and put some 3D foam dots on the back of this panel, and then I'll just go ahead and center it. Now this card is a little bit shy of an A2. It's 4 inches by 5.5, so it's a little bit taller, a little bit skinnier than a standard A2 card. And then I thought it would be fun to take the white pieces from the die cutting and go ahead and mount them onto the top of the card adjacent to their negative counterparts there. So I just used my glue pen there to get those glued down. And then as I thought about it later on, and I didn't film this part of it, I thought, you know, this would be cool to see what happens if I put some of that Stella, the Wink of Stella gold onto the stars. So I very carefully did that and then coated them with glossy accents so that would be puffed, shimmery stars. And there you can see the ombre effect of the stripes. I think it turned out really cute. Thanks for watching and have a great weekend.